Fire this up. Alright, so as a lot of you might have seen, I did Light of the Heavens recently, and apparently within the first video I had already screwed myself out of the good ending. And considering how the bad ending turned out, I feel like I needed to do this, so I'm just wondering if I should be waiting for Russ to jump in, or if I should just continue on without him for the time being. I thought, unless, well, I saw that he had joined the stream. I see he's in my Discord. Ah, okay. I had a feeling, but I didn't want to assume too much.
Hey, I'm here, sorry.
Hello, sir. How is everything?
Pretty good.
That's good.
Oh, thank you for, having me and playing my game and all that stuff.
Hey, it's a pleasure. You're the one that made this thing. So with that, let's just head right on in here. Yep, it's a fresh file. Like I just copied my, I actually made a new folder just for my stream version of ZC. So, thankfully, save files aren't interacting with each other between my regular LP folder and this one, so that's good.
That's honestly a good idea, because you would think that save files wouldn't interact, but yeah. ZC has proved me wrong on that before. Actually, just recently I found a new bug with the 24-hour entries. One of the quests had multiple swords, and this caused other quests that were on the same save file to bug out.
Oh, really?
Because ZC's just a fantastic program like that.
Well, the one thing that's been consistent about ZC is that people figure out new ways of doing everything. The quest that I am doing now is proof of that, if nothing else.
Right, you just started doing Calatia, right?
Yes, I did, and oh my goodness. It is just amazing what I've seen so far.
Yeah, that quest is one I haven't played myself, but I've been meaning to check out, just because if nothing else, it's a freaking technological masterpiece.
Yeah. Every time I think I've seen everything that ZC has to offer, something like that comes around. I mean, before it was the last time I thought that I ran up against Zodiac. So there you go.
Oh yeah, Zodiac's pretty great in that regard. I think I'm trying to decide. Calatia may be the most impressive thing I've seen in ZC. I'm torn between that or Moosh made a contest for a quest for a 2-week contest that had it was a side scroller where the camera would actually pan around with the player and all.
Oh, really?
Torn between those two. But yeah, I'm always amazed what people can do with this engine.
And I guess I'm not really paying as much attention to the text here because I've already been through this before, though. Anna was the one. Was Anna near the blowhole, or am I mistaking her for someone else?
Okay, so what you want to do at first, after you pick up the raft,
right?
And I can't offer quite as great commentary as I wish I could, because my stream is about 30 seconds behind. But after you pick up the raft, I noticed you marked a couple of times, oh, well, there's this bridge over here, but it's broken, so I guess I can't head across there. You want to head that direction first.
Oh, really? Okay. I guess I never did see that in the early going.
Yeah, I guess beeline straight to the first dungeon.
Yeah, well, makes sense to me. Though I guess my thought at the time when I saw that bridge... Yeah, I see what you're talking about now. My thought was that that was someplace I couldn't go to yet. You know what I mean? I thought it was something that I could get to later.
Yeah, I can see why people would think that. It's in hindsight, there's some stuff with this quest that really doesn't make the most sense. Part of the issue is it's a remake of my first quest, so I tried to iron out all the issues that I could, but it's still got some kind of bad design decisions hanging around just by nature of it was made originally when I was, 16? I wasn't exactly the best at game design then.
And to be fair, going into this, I didn't even know this thing had multiple endings, so I really had no...
Yeah, that was my fault. I should have made it a little more obvious, had some kind of warning string at the beginning of the quest. It was somewhere in the download page, but I put so much text there I really shouldn't expect people to read all of it.
Well, I think I might have read it, maybe I just forgot, because goodness knows how bad my memory is.
Possible too, I suppose.
There's some ruins down by the beach. Somehow they're controlling the currents around the island. I tried sailing away on a raft and the currents just brought me back. So the first thing we're doing is going there and finding some way to reverse the currents. If you lose, I want an escape route. Okay. No buts. If you want my help, those are the terms. Look, who knows? Maybe you'll find some kind of magic weapon or whatever it is you're hoping to find down there. You've got as good a chance as anywhere else. So do we have a deal? Alright, fine. So I actually have Rose falling behind me now. Alright.
Yeah, on the path to the good ending, she follows behind you quite a lot, actually.
Oh, okay.
One more thing I want to point out. While there's not any items like heart containers that are missable, there are... If you walk around the island a little bit before level 1, there's, I think, 200 arrows up near the top that you can grab that disappear after the first dungeon. That's just kind of there as a reward for exploring early on if you want to grab those.
Alright.
Cut down on grinding for potions a little later.
Yeah, and I remember when having the big shield, it doesn't seem like it actually does a whole lot, because I felt like there was most of the stuff I was coming up against, I couldn't actually block their shots.
Yeah, that was... I realized after the fact that the shield was not as useful as it should have been. I apologize for that. I got into this mentality of, I'd make an enemy and, I should make the shots unblockable, because it'd be trivial if you could block them, and when every enemy I made had that, I kind of realized, well, the shield's useless, so...
Yeah. So is it even worth buying at this point?
It might be. I mean, it's not entirely useless, because it can still block some shots. It's just, it blocks blue Wizard's shots. The orange Wizards, I didn't mean for them to be unblockable. That's just a consequence of the way ZC handles angular weapons.
Yeah, because you have homing shots and all that lovely thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of interesting elements to this one. Just stuff that I'm not used to seeing, if nothing else.
Yeah, if nothing else, I wanted the quest to be different than your average quest.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Good or bad for it, but at the very least.
Yeah, well, difference is not good or bad, it just is. Okay, so where was I supposed to go for the money again?
The top of the other mountain.
Okay.
And there's a heart container you can grab up there too while you're at it. That was something I wanted to ask. There were 2 heart containers that you missed in your Let's Play. Do you want me to point them out, or would you rather try to find them yourself?
If it looks like I'm really not seeing it, go ahead and point it out.
Okay. I will point out one for you over here then, because you walked by it a lot, and looking back, it probably wasn't the most obvious hint. After you climb this mountain, kind of in that little halfway up the island, there's a little windy path, and there's a section of the cliff with some white rubble in front of it that you can bomb.
And yeah, I only just... well, there's 100 arrows right there. Okay.
Okay, I guess it was 100, not 200 then.
It's just as well. I'm still under the 255 cap, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just as well that it's 100. Alright, that's the ocarina spot. Yeah, there was the heart up here. Yeah, I remember this one. I remember I got this one the first time around. Not right away, but I did get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what were you talking about? It's back near the center-ish kind of area?
Yeah, it's... Oh, how could I lead direction? Okay, if you walk down from this mountain, and I'm 30 seconds behind, so you may already be down from it a little bit, but down and then down...
I'm near the blowhole right now, so that for a frame of reference.
Okay, so if you walk down from there, kind of along the fairly thin mountainous path just south of there, there's one spot of the cliffs that has some white rocks in front of it, just like little ground detail. You can bomb that chunk of the cliff.
Would it be to the left or to the right of the blowhole area?
I think it's 2 screens south and 1 screen left of the blowhole. I think.
Yeah, I see it now. I see it now. And playing Kalatia has kind of gotten me used to playing ZC with the controller, so I'm still having an adjustment period on that. Because Kalatia kind of requires controller usage just because it uses every single button.
Oh boy. That I wasn't even aware of.
Yeah, all of the EX buttons. And there we go. And I ended up with more bombs than I started with because of this. Good.
Aren't the Dongas great?
Oh, yes.
You farm bombs off the enemies you kill with bombs.
Yeah.
That's logic.
I know that you don't have to... My way might be a little inefficient in that regard, but it's reliable.
Oh yeah, that's the way I do it too. I know there's some people who can just use a single bomb to stun them, but...
Yeah, I can't get the timing down on that. I don't have to talk to anybody else for relevant stuff right now, do I?
Right. You're good now.
Okay.
You're good for now. Yeah.
Because I know people have said different things over the course of stuff. I just couldn't remember if they gave me stuff at any point.
No, they just say different things.
Well, I'm 1 rupee short for both, but I can get one more rupee just fine, or arrow, whatever. So I'll just go ahead and get the shield and the potion, since I can get both of them. Yeah, I understand what you're talking about, Stud Kid. I do have buttons for the EX buttons, but it just felt like using a controller for Kalatia just felt more natural, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word I'm thinking of. Let's see, the raft area is right over here. So, first dungeon, away we go. And apparently,
I can...
and apparently, Rose can swim.
Yeah. So, I wanted to get her on the raft, but this script for her following behind. Oh gosh, this script is an abomination held together with just some string and some bubble gum and.
Well, from what I've seen, it worked pretty well.
So it looks like it's working pretty well, but there's stuff that bothers me. Like she disappears when you scroll screens because Link's position on screen scroll is weird, and I didn't know how to handle it. And one of those things that I could have done better if I'd learned the ins and outs of this engine. But
well, hey, you still know more than I do.
I mean, I suppose that's fair. But
I mean, I've tried my hand at making quests, and it's not even the mechanics of it, it's just the design aspect of it. I can't envision. I focus so much on the little tiny pieces that I can't envision the quest as a whole.
I hear you with that. Yeah.
Like, I can design a room, but I can't design an overworld.
Yeah, big dungeons I always struggle designing. The example that comes to mind off the top of my head is, wait, hold on, did my stream just freeze? Hold on one sec.
Alright. Let's see.
Okay, sorry. My internet seems like it's flickering a little bit. That's odd. Big dungeons like you played Isle of Rebirth. I've talked to Evan about the way he planned dungeons out for that. And he would just envision them all in his head, no need to plan them out on paper or anything, and plow through them. And stuff like that, I just know I'll never be able to do, so...
Yeah, I still gotta get back to that at some point. You see, I've still got my save file for Isle of Rebirth, because I still have those bonus stuff that I feel like doing at some point or another. So now that I've been streaming, now that I've been actually being able to stream and actually stick to streaming, that might be the outlet for me to actually try and get that done.
That would be cool, because you didn't end up fighting either of the super bosses in Isle of Rebirth, right? Or, I know there was... You reached one of them, and then...
There was a second one? I know
so
there was the one that started with Cramp. That was part
other.
Krampus. I forget what the rest of it was, but...
yeah, there's that one. There's one other, if you find all 30 heart containers in the game,
oh geez,
and go to the fight. Yeah, it's hard to get, but if you get them all and then go to the boss rematch place, you fight actually the protagonist of Evan's other quest.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, but finding all 30 heart pieces, for one, it's been so long since I've played Isle of Rebirth, I don't even remember which heart pieces I got, which ones I didn't. So even if I had a list in front of me, that's not going to work. And I think I've already messed.
Yeah, I do want to apologize for including a block puzzle. At the time, it seemed like a good idea, and now
Have you seen some of the quests I've done lately? there was I want to say it was an Maze of Hyrule 2. It had a block puzzle in every single dungeon. Block puzzles was one of its main things. So stuff like this is nothing to me at this point.
Yeah, I guess for my part, I got to the point where I look at block puzzles and go, no more of these. I thought I was done with them. They've just kind of become... it's the one puzzle type that anyone can do with no scripting, so they're everywhere, and I feel a bit dull because of that.
I can understand that, though. For me, my problem wouldn't be so much solving them as designing them, because I would be designing a puzzle based off of my logic, which means nobody's gonna figure it out.
Yeah, the puzzle logic is interesting. Actually, the puzzle for the boss key in the final dungeon of this game, the solution that I intended when I made it, I don't think I've ever seen anyone stumble onto that solution. There's like 5 different ways you can solve the puzzle, but I don't think anyone's ever solved it the way that I did, because people thinking the way I do just doesn't happen.
Right.
Oh, Studkid, in reference to that, yeah, you could only go to floors 110 and 100. The reason for that was they're essentially just floors 1, 2, and 3, but I wanted to give the illusion of it being a really tall tower, so just making the names of the floors increase exponentially was kind of my cheap way of going, look, it's really tall.
I had a feeling it was something along those lines.
Yeah, it made sense to me, but it's confused just about everyone, so in retrospect it probably wasn't the best decision.
And this guy's boomerang has nowhere to go to now. It's just flapping off into oblivion.
Yeah, this mini-boss thing was not... None of the mini-bosses here were very well scripted.
I'm more surprised that it didn't hit me in the doorway. And I was also worried that whether I was going to have enough arrows to take him out like that. Thankfully, I did. So.
Yup, that problem solved.
Okay, so where? Okay, I can go this way. Okay. How did I go about this again?
Give me a second to catch up and see what...
Okay, yeah. There we go. Thank you for the heart. Oh! Well, that makes sense. I didn't even see the gem that was over here in the grass. I was starting to wonder how the heck was I supposed to get it down to hit the switch.
Oh, yeah. And now that I'm looking, that one kind of blends in with the grass a little too well.
And small key. What other locked doors were around here? Ah, that one.
They're
okay.
on the right side.
Yep, I saw it.
Yeah. This...
What I've taken to terming as the spacebar map is such a wonderful thing to have. Kind of felt weird.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, it felt kind of weird that we had one for the dungeons, but not the overworld. But given the shifting nature of the overworld, I understood it. Once I realized that that time passes.
Yeah, I wanted to make the spacebar map update, like, even though the overworld map is changing, there are ways to get it to still show screens that you've, quote-unquote, been to.
Yeah,
so I did it for Isle of Rebirth, but...
Yeah, it's kind of an awkward thing,
I looked at how he did it there. Yeah, any script to make it work is essentially hard-coded to work for that quest, and that quest only. And it wasn't worth the effort to try to get it working here.
I've been fighting the urge to F6 my way back to full health.
Nothing wrong with doing it.
Yeah, but... this should be the boomerang, yes! Though being able to stun enemies now, that makes up for a lot. And you know what? I'm about to die, so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, save a little bit of time and effort.
Makes sense.
Some might think it's cheap, but it's something that the nature of the platform allows, so why not?
Oh yeah, I find nothing cheap in it. I know some people do, and I know some people have disabled it healing you in their quest, which I am not a big fan of myself.
Well, it's not. Well, you say that like that's a hard thing to do. All you have to do is to where was I? Oh, I have to go this way. Okay, I see. It's just fiddle with how much health you have when you continue.
Yeah, but I know there's what 2 quests I played that did it. Isle of Rebirth and Forbidden City both. You know, if you have 6, you didn't gain any health back. My issue with that is it just encourages you to like intentionally get killed by enemies so that you respawn with full HP rather than F6, which doesn't really fix the problem. It's just the same problem, but now with a rapidly inflating death count. So Studkid, right. I do want to mention you can work in ZC without knowing how to script. The map design, yeah, that one's tougher, but no scripting is technically required.
I mean, goodness knows, the first quest I ever did an LP for, 12 Palaces. I don't think there was any scripting on that, and that's a pretty good quest in its own right.
Yeah, or I look at Hero of Dreams is still in the top 5 quests, and absolutely no scripting there.
Yeah, it's like scripting is just like a lot of things. It's a tool. It's all about how you use the tools that are available to you. Because people can do games that have the fanciest scripts in the world, and it can still be crap. Whereas someone can just take the bare bones and make a masterpiece out of it.
I have fallen into that trap myself of, oh, it has script, so it must be good, and I made some pretty lackluster quests with impressive scripts that just aren't fun. Scripting's just a tool. If you don't do good things with it, why even have it?
Yeah. And there's the boss key. Call it the big key all you want, it's the dang boss key.
There's one quest. I don't know if you've ever played AU.
Wonderful thing. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen anything of it as of yet. Oh,
so
dialogue.
It calls...
Control the currents around the island. Start looking. Okay. Okay, was just Terror of the Deep Hydra. Yay.
Yeah, this boss is basically just my apology for what he was like in the original version of this quest.
Okay.
Oh gosh, this is... Oh, the original iteration of this boss is a sin that I don't think I'll ever be able to atone for.
Well, I've never saw that one, so I wouldn't know.
If you're ever curious, Spaceman Dan did a Let's Play. This boss originally did 3 hearts of damage with every shot.
Ouch.
It was so bad, I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah.
And off you go. Got my heart container, and so I just meet up with Rose again and have her start tagging along again, or do I have to do something else first?
Yeah, just go meet up with her by the local.
Actually, before I forget, sword upgrade.
Yes, you'll want that.
I remember stumbling across it the first time around. Yeah. I'm not messing around. I'm not messing around this time around. Although goodness knows he was around this time where I got it the first time too.
So the very first iteration of this quest was a 2-week contest quest. This cave is here behind that waterfall because there was a bug in the original version of the quest where I accidentally put a swim warp combo there, so it led off the map and you could do some fun, wonderfully broken things. And everybody basically said, "Oh, you should make it a feature, not a bug." So that's the fun story behind this.
Isn't that how all features? Don't all features start off as bugs at some point?
More or less.
Alright, so where... I think this was where it was... Haha! Oh. I think this is different. It's weird to think this sunset might be the last sunset we ever see. There's so much I wanted to do with my life. Promises I wanted to keep. Let's just hope we can find something. Anyway, what was that song you were playing? Oh, that's me talking. Never mind. You like it? I found this weird instrument. Ah, okay, this is me getting the ocarina. Okay, I at least did this much. I think it might have something to do with some of the ruins on the island. Speaking of that, I know where we should look next. See that peak to the left? There are some old ruins inside left behind by the Elysians. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll find something in there. The problem is, you need 2 keys to get in. I found one, but I don't know where the other is. Here, you can hold on to this one. Well, let's get looking for the other key, then. Oh! And hello, you! I don't think that's a good idea. You! Please, call me Dracus. I've been watching you two all day, running around the island on a wild goose chase. It's very noble of you, I have to say, trying to save the lives of these islanders when you could be making your escape. Brave, but pointless. Why are you doing this? What do you want? As I told the old man, my intentions are my own business. But you two are interfering with that now, so I'm going to give you a choice. Drop this foolish search, or I'll be forced to deal with you. We're not backing down. Suit yourself. Oh! Oh dear.
Oh dear indeed.
Consider that a warning, boy. Thing is, when I got the weird magnet thing, which is a neat little bit of scripting, I'm sure. I could have sworn that I needed to do something at the blowhole with that, but it didn't. But it didn't seem to do anything. So maybe no.
Yeah, part of it's just because. Yeah, after you beat level 2, you'll be able to do something with the blowhole now.
Okay.
It's just one of those things that's delegated to the good ending path.
Right, makes sense. And there's the key. I know that I'm pretty sure there was something else that I needed to dive for.
There may or may not be a heart container you can find if you dive.
Yeah, I think it was right around here. Yeah, there it is. I knew it was around here somewhere. Alright, so second dungeon.